In what moment did you realize the COVID-19 pandemic was real? Some post by an Italian person telling Americans to get their shit together because it was coming. And someone I really like did a podcast about it saying that we should take it way more seriously than we were at the time. When I saw the news about Wuhan going into lockdown mode. China doesn't give that much of a fuck about their people's health. Look at the pollution. That lockdown told me this was going to be more like another SARS than another H1N1. I remember thinking, well shit, we've probably got a month before it gets across the Atlantic. This shit is coming. When my roommate messaged me in mid-February from China to let me know that things were going very wrong and they weren't sure they'd be able to make it back to the US. When in January 2020, I lost my sense of taste and smell and spent 2 weeks in bed with a fever of 102 Fahrenheit and had to budget my energy to make it out of bed to use the toilet and eat enough calories to stay alive. March 16th, we were called into a conference room at work and told that we were closing all of our theme parks and resorts. That's when it hit me like a jackhammer. When I tested positive for it. When a coworker got it. Then another one got it. And then I got it in early March 2000. When I took the bus and didn't have to pay my fare because they weren't accepting any change. Early on, like January. When my entire town shut down. When I was told I had to shut my business down to the public. When you are forced to close, not it got real. Worked at a pizza place at the time, and it was when, even before in-person dining was banned, it started getting so slow. Even for takeout. Some of the regulars started requesting curbside. I just remember standing behind the counter in that empty pizza place at 8 p.m., staring out the front windows into completely empty darkness. It felt real when my first patient died in isolation. The first time I saw someone wearing a mask at Target. When my place of work was suddenly shut down without a warning. We had an announcement that morning that we were going to start doing special cleaning protocol and such while still remaining open, and then that afternoon another announcement came saying we were going to shut down for the foreseeable future. The mood whiplash from we're just going to be extra careful to it's too dangerous to be open was a bit jarring to say the least. At least I was comped for the month and a half we were closed. At the start of the thing, with Wuhan's lockdown and that cruise ship in Japan, that's when I knew it was gonna be worse than Ebola, the last virus scare I remember. Once the rumors started that they were gonna shut school down, I knew it was the end of normality. When my job became. When Trump said it was no big deal. When my job duties changed and we were told to go home. I sat at home looking more and more homeless as the days passed by. 3 months later I was told to go back and deal with COVID cases. When I checked out World of Meters and the number of deaths and infections kept growing. When cases started surging in my area. And when my grandparents got it and my grandpa was almost on his deathbed from it. When Ireland closed the bars on St. Paddy's Day. Watching everything slowly shut down in my state, then we were told at work to pack up our computer, sign a paper for working from home. This last week was the first time I commuted to work in almost a year. When the CEO of my workplace called a meeting one afternoon to tell us that hundreds of us were to stand down with no pay for 2 weeks. It ended up being months. I was tracking the early reports and had a bad feeling about it. I called friends and family to warn them that people would soon freak out and make a run on groceries. It was surreal walking into a grocery store that was almost completely empty. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more of my videos, subscribe to my channel.